Hey people, or anybody that's watching this video out there. This is a pretty important video as you can probably see a little bit there, there's life in my tank. I mean, everything's all up and going and running and sitting in the corner. I mean, obviously my biofilters are going to need a little more time to get better established and, mature. That's going to be a process that'll take quite a couple of months, and it may even take 6 months before it's really like, I got a weed whacker in there cutting shit down, So I'm going to come in and show you the fish that I got. These are a couple of goldfish. I put them in about 3 hours ago, I think. And they were, I'm not a fish expert. I can't really figure what fish behavior looks like. But they're a lot more chill now. They seem to be pretty calm. They're just exploring the tank, and I don't know. I don't know what fish behavior looks like, to be frank. So I'll probably be spending my evening, quite frankly, just sitting back and just watching the fish for a while. I look forward to that anyway. It's gonna be pretty chill. Watching fish. Who would have thought? So yeah, I got some fish in there. Everything seems to be solid right now. I'm not having any sort of like things that are popping up on me that are saying, ooh shit, ooh shit. So it's all good, it's all good. I'm gonna come back up here and allow the light to adjust a little bit, and voila, I got a couple of plants in here. Now these weren't the original plants that I originally had in mind. In fact, rosemary and bay leaf weren't even on my list of thoughts. But when I went down to the store to go get these, it's late in the season, it's November, and they didn't have what I was hoping for. They had some stuff about a couple of weeks ago when I was there, but unfortunately that stuff is sold out. So I'm primarily going to use this as just something so I have something in my grow beds. So yeah, I don't know if you know what plants look like, but this is what the rosemary I think it is. I'm learning a lot about plants myself, but that's rosemary, and this is the bay leaf here. And what's interesting about this bay leaf is I was told is it doesn't like water. It doesn't want a lot of water. So I'm kind of expecting this one to die, but at the same time, it's going to be an interesting test with the aquaponics and see how well it does. I mean, if that thing thrives, then it's going to be a nice little indicator for me that even plants that are a little, like a little bit drier, are doing just fine. So I don't know, it's something I'm gonna monitor, I guess. But yeah, from my last video, as you can see, I've readjusted or rebuilt, or not really rebuilt. I actually figured out what I was gonna do with my lighting. I bought a second shelf essentially, and basically, kept it going up. And what's kind of cool is later on when I expand on the system, when I have more living room space, is again, pardon the lighting and stuff. I will be able to essentially kind of right up beside it, like say where that couch is, hypothetically speaking, depends on angles and size and where I'm able to put it. But I'll be able to put in another shelf. I already have the shelf. So what I reckon I'd do is on the lower level, like where the sump tank is, I would need another sump tank, is I would actually have a like a raft system. Great for growing like lettuces and stuff like that. What I like about that is, lettuces only grow to a certain sort of height, so I'll be able to keep that at whatever height I want and run my lights and not have to worry about adjusting the lights. And then I'm introducing another aspect of aquaponics, or another sort of build philosophy into the same system. And then on the top, I'd probably go with a couple of totes like that and basically do the same sort of concept, but it'll just sort of sit, right off to the side. What I do plan to do, though, maybe not for another couple of months, kind of watch my numbers and see how it goes, but I want to have a hanging thing. A hanging, what do you call it? Like a hanging garden is kind of, I guess, what they refer. I'll be able to splice off this line right here, and engineering aside, because I haven't really figured it out, but I'll basically have two PVC pipes of, say, 6 inches wide or so, one going on this, one going on this. Pardon while I try to figure this out. And it'll only go down maybe about 3 or 4 feet before I have to cut it off, but I reckon that'll give me enough space to grow, quite possibly up to another dozen plants. So very, very efficient use for space, and something I'm taking a serious look at if I were to go bigger on a commercial office, But again, details for another video. So yeah, I'm not going to show you the plumbing. I've done some testing and stuff like that with the backup systems. I'm actually quite confident that I did a really good job this time, and I shouldn't see any issues. And it's still, if I did need to do stuff back there, it'd be a pain to get back there. I hope I don't have to go back there. Anyway, we're about 5 minutes into this. I don't know what else to show or tell. I guess the only other aspect I can point out is I intend to put a cover on here. Probably some sort of reflective coating or something like that. I have some packing foam sheets that I may put up in the meantime. I got some towels I'll probably put up in the meantime. But in a nutshell, this is how it's gonna look for now. I mean, I turned on the lights for now. I got a timer in the corner there, and you know, right now it actually turns off at about 8 o'clock. So I figure I'll run a 6 a.m. to 8 o'clock lighting schedule, 14 hours. Again, I'm gonna tinker as I learn, and yeah. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm really quite impressed with the sump tank. It's I had it filled right up to the brim at one point when I was making some modifications, and it wasn't really buckling. I'm actually confident enough to say that that tote could probably last long enough for me not to even worry about it. Obviously, down the line, I want to build my own tanks, plexiglass tanks, and the first tank I ever build will be for me, and it'll probably be for that, right? So, but that's down the line. Well, other than that, guys, thanks for watching my videos. The next video that I think I'll have posted will probably when I have something major to talk about. So don't expect another video for quite possibly another month or two even. As like I figured, you know, like the work is done. It's just now waiting time. Oh, I guess one thing I could probably mention too. I mean, I only got the 2 plants. I got some kale. Now, kale and the broccoli are bigger plants, so I reckon I'm going to have 1 in each bucket. The spinach is something that I think, I'm not a gardener, people are probably laughing at me, but I think these are a little bit smaller, and I'll be able to kind of put them in nooks that I have, like, you know, some reasonable size to put them in. And then I have some of this garlic chives, and I reckon what I'll do with them is, you know, quite literally prop them like right up against the side of the bucket, and then create maybe like a wall wherever I wanted to create a wall out of just chives. I think that would look pretty good. The only thing that's missing out of here that I couldn't find, let me turn off my music. The only thing that I wish to have right now that I don't have would be some mint. I couldn't even find seeds, so I would love to be able to put a mint plant in there. I think that would give it a nice minty smell to the corner without really overpowering the room, and I think that'd be pretty cool. But other than that, guys, thanks for, again, watching my videos, and we're 8 minutes into this thing, and if you have any questions, comments, post them. Please like, you know, I know you hear these things, like and share. I don't want to say that at the end of every single video, but it helps me improve, you know, like, you know, some gratification is nice. You know, the reason why I'm building these videos is so people outside of the world can actually see it and be able to do that. I can't have everybody come over, but you know, I'd really like to show this thing off. So show it off. If you really like this, share this with your friends, and just say, hey, I know this guy. He's doing some stuff. Maybe you don't quite get what I'm doing quite yet, but if you're really interested, I would certainly love to sit down with you and, you know, talk my brains out. Anybody that knows me knows I can freaking talk. I'll talk your ear out. Anyway, I got some great ideas on this. This is just the beginning of a lot of big things coming down the road, and you just look forward to it. Things are good. I'm happy. I'm stoked. And yeah, you guys have yourself a good one.